and welcome back. This is our second conversation for this morning, and it's all about the Belize Project's Hope Gala 2024, right? And we have joining us on set this morning Ms. Beverly Totti, who's the International Program Director over at Restore Ministries USA. Mr. Kenroy Young, no stranger to our set at this point, who's the Youth Director at Restore Ministries Belize, yes, correct? And then our third guest, I'll have her introduce herself.
Ms. Julian Mortis from the Hope Research. Ms. Julian Mortis from the Hope Research Center in Belize, here in Belize. I'm the administrator of the center, and I partnered with the Project Belize to carry out the task of what is it that we're trying to carry out.
Excellent. I'll put you up on the spot there, David, right? Well, welcome to all three of you, and thanks for joining us this morning.
Wonderful.
Yes, sir. Thank
all
you
right,
for having
so
us.
we had a conversation earlier this year, if I could recall, talking a bit about the ministry. Now we're jumping into the fact that this gala is coming up. Who do we start with to tell us a bit about the idea behind this gala and how it came to be?
I'd be happy to speak.
Go right ahead.
I'm Beverly Totti, and I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. And in 2013, I came to your beautiful country with the Belize Project USA. They are a nonprofit in Nashville, Tennessee that raises money for Belize and the missions that they support. The focus of the Belize Project is rehabilitation, reintegration, education, youth intervention, micro-enterprise, and entrepreneurship. So any of those parts of a person that we can hopefully serve is what our mission is. So the Belize Project Belize was formed in about 2015 to be able to be a NPO in Belize, receive funds and support from the USA and any other donors, and they have been working tirelessly to be able to give back to your country. The Belize Project supports the Jacobs Farm Rehabilitation Center up in Corozal area, and the Dorcas House, which is a women's shelter, and also Restore Ministries, which is the Journey to Freedom. So the purpose of the Hope Gala, thank you for asking, in 2013, it was a vision of we're going to support, we're going to declare what God is doing in your country, and we're going to have a Jesus party.
Oh.
I love that.
Yeah. So
Who
we
said
was
Jesus followers can't party.
yes, right. That's right. So we were at the Biltmore, and it was just kind of spoke of. And in a vision, we went into the River Hall, which is where we will be tomorrow at 6 p.m. And it was what could we do here? Can we support the Belize Project? Can we get other people involved? And can we raise money for the purpose of what we're trying to accomplish? So later on, COVID hit. And in 2021, it was stated, okay, it's time. So 2023 was our first inaugural Hope Gala at the Biltmore, and it was beautiful. It was a wonderful event. Last year, we had another wonderful event. So this is our third event, and the committee, which our chairman of the Belize Project in Belize is Miss Ruth Williams, and she is our chairman of the Hope Gala. And we have been tirelessly working for the last 6 months. Number one, bringing awareness to healing communities in Belize and how to support their efforts. So the Hope Gala is a purpose of celebrating, declaring God's goodness, and bringing together people who are like-minded, who want to support the well-being of Belizeans.
So this is a Christian-based movement in
Yes,
a
sir.
sense. So here's a question. What is Christian's favorite dance move?
Well, I told Brad Patico, which we will be honored with Brad Patico in our music ensemble, his folk ensemble, and he's bringing people from Dangria, he's bringing people from Cayo, he has got a lineup of jam. So we're excited.
I still want you to answer the question.
Okay, so I told him at the end there would be some opportunity for him to really show his talents. And if someone in the crowd thought they needed to move their legs and hips, they could do so.
So here's the answer, right? It's the Christ cross. Crisscross.
Crisscross. Oh, that was like a trivia question.
It was.
It's also like a dad joke.
Over my head.
Yeah, I just came up with that. I just thought about it, right?
I don't believe
And I
it, Paul.
realized it's not funny.
If you have to explain it, it's probably not.
Yeah.
I do know that I have asked many of our supporters that we're going to dance before the Lord as David did,
Yeah.
celebrating his goodness just as David did when he entered back into the city.
And I appreciate that, because at the end of the day, it's about impacting the lives of individuals who need it, but at the same time, it's about having fun while doing it, right? Because a part of the restoration and building back the human is about realizing that there's still hope, and that joy can emanate from the being and from hope. So celebration is a part of that. Now, so the Hope Gala is tomorrow. It comes up tomorrow.
Yes.
Where can we get tickets for this event?
Number one, I have opportunity. The tickets will be at the door. So if there is someone looking, we have a phone number you can call, 501-636-8147. 501-636-8147. And that's our chairman, Ms. Ruth Williams.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Now I understand there's going to be some giveaways as well. Can you talk with us about that?
Yes, good morning once again, Belize, and thank you for having us on your morning show. We'll be having prizes throughout the gala. I believe we have 3 prizes, or 3 to 4 prizes at the gala. We have a custom-made bed being sponsored by Mr. Ya from the Corozal district at Ya's Furniture Store, and we have Miss Georgia Griffith, I believe, donating a gift basket.
Nice.
And we have a sheep.
A whole sheep.
A whole sheep
Man.
from Jacob's Farm facility.
But you know I got a sheep dead off. I hope not.
Last year was a goat.
That was a goat. Yeah.
The sheep will be delivered to you.
Okay, good. Because I know
We'll
sheep
make
they run
arrangements
around
for
the
the
spot.
delivery of the sheep.
Okay,
and we
excellent.
have dinner for 2, a gift card for dinner for 2 at the Golden Bay restaurant.
That's Vino Tinto.
Yes, the Vino
Yes.
Tinto
Oh,
restaurant on the
beautiful.
rooftop.
Wonderful.
We are very proud of our sponsors who have given to
Yes,
us
tell
to
me.
have these gifts to give away. We have our silver sponsors. We have the Belize Project. Our organization is a silver sponsor to the event, contributing back to the cause of which we want to expand on our programs. We have the Ministry of Finance, the Social Security Board, Public Utilities Commission, Restore Small Groups, the Ministry of Human Development and Social Transformation and Poverty Alleviation, and Mr. Charles Rudd from the USA. And we have our bronze sponsors, Simon Kwan, the Government of Belize, Bamboo Investments, Mr. Jeremy Kilton. He is one of the sponsors. He owns Bamboo Investments. And through their efforts, we are able to give our attendees the opportunity to a chance to win a prize that night
I
at
love
the
it.
gala.
I also want to talk a bit about collaboration that takes place between various organizations. Of course, with a like-minded vision, as you mentioned, to work and give back to people that need it in Belize, but also through the kindness of your own spiritual journeys as well.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yes. Well, first of all, when I first met Miss Beverly, I went to one of the training that they were doing at the Tobal. And the minute I walked in the room, it was like, I felt like I knew them all. You know, so I went up to her and we started talking, and right away we connected. And so because of what they were doing, it was a like-minded thing that I am also doing at the Hope Center here in Belize. And so I decided to partner with the Project Belize because of the journey that they're on is the same journey that I am on. And that's how the journey to freedom started at the Hope Research Center. It's a really awesome, great, empowering journey that is taking place there with a bunch of women here from Belize, because as we know that the journey to freedom is literally that is bringing people to a place of awareness of knowing that the things that they're carrying can be relieved of so they can live a better life. There's so many women that comes in there that is like literally on the brink of breaking down. But when they encounter the Journey to Freedom curriculum and the books that that Mr. Scott Real literally wrote his story that all of us could resonate with, like journey to freedom after a loss. You know, a lot of people here in Belize have lost so many people in their lives, and so they don't know where to turn. So they would come to Journey to Freedom, and they would find a place where they could release that anxiety, that pain that they're carrying. And so we bond together as women. It's growing. It's the first one, literally the first one here in the city. It's all over the country, but it's the first one here in the city. And my heart just is like so overwhelmed to watch women come in there and see their life change. So we partnered with the Belize Project because I can see the impact that they are making around the country. And Belize, in the city, I want to make sure that the same thing is happening in the city. So I would say to any woman out there, if you've gone through abandonment, rejection, abuse, whatever you're carrying, the Hope Research Center, right there at the foot of the Belcan Bridge, is a place where you can come, and you can come in. We're there every Saturday from 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Sometimes we are in there a little bit later, a little bit earlier, but the conversation is so rich. And people, women, not only people, women will come in there, and I'm telling you, when you hear their stories, and when they leave is what makes my heart honestly, full of joy, you know?
That's what we need. We need that in our communities. We need spaces where our community members can visit and be open, right, about struggles, and actually have a safe space to share it, and a space that can provide guidance as well, versus just doing it randomly in ineffective ways within your community.
May I share something
Yeah.
about the gifts? The giveaway prizes are from micro enterprise entrepreneurship that the Belize Project has walked with. The Yaz started with a 1976 sewing machine that was donated that I carried here with a mission trip. The Yaz is now a family furniture store, and they're making this custom bed to give as they're giving back to the ministry. So they are in the Louisville Village. Their family is thriving in this furniture store that started with, "I would like to sew," by Miss Josephina Yah.
Wow.
And the whole family now works. And this is a full-blown, they deliver to Belize City on a regular basis. Miss Gregoria Pat, who is in San Jose, has been a micro enterprise and a entrepreneur in San Jose, and meets with women and sews with women, and this gift basket is her giving back. But she also, not only from micro enterprise, self-sustaining her and her family, she's also formed her own NPO called Flourish 31.
Wow.
So in the last 10 years, with a lot of support of Dawn Sweat, who's in the US, and Gregoria seeing God's goodness and being a light and a mentor to other women, it has grown her into a business where she's able to give back. And Jacob's Farm Husbandry, their animals, is also, they have a fish farm and they have the husbandry. And that is a way to sustain their ministry of Jacob's Farm.
Sabrina
They are
is-
also an MPO registered in your country.
Sabrina is very familiar with
Yes.
the farm.
And I was
She's
going to
visited
say,
it.
that's one of the things that stood out to me with the various projects under the umbrella organization, because as Paul mentioned, I visited the Jacobs Farm, but I also got to interact with some of the people working at the rehabilitation center. And I could see through a lot of the persons that are leading this cause locally that they come from stories of being helped from the projects.
You
And
should-
that to me is what
You
stands
should
out
check
as
out
well.
the story if you haven't seen it. It's yet a really
Yes.
good piece.
I visited the farm in August, and on my first visit, I was like, wow. I felt like I needed to bring some more, something to them, you know, so I did a celebration. I said, you know what, these guys can't leave, so we have to love on them, because we have to make sure that when people are in rehab, you have to rehab all around 360.
Holistic,
You got to let them feel like, you know what, somebody cares, somebody loves us. And so that's what the Jacob Farm is doing. And so I just added to it and goes like, you know what, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do the 21st celebration. And so I did a huge celebration for them. Yes, I decorated the farm. I bought t-shirts for everybody. I wish I brought the pictures. I could have let you guys see. I decorated the farm. The guys cook all the food. And of course, those fire heart food was like off the chain. You know what it is to have rice and beans from the fire heart. So we did that, and which was really, really. But I want to come back to what I was saying at the Hope Research Center. There are several women that walked in there that I'm still so impressed that I'm hoping to become a facilitator of the Journey to Freedom, because from where they came from and what they brought, the pain that they were in, and now you can help, they can't shut up. So, which is a beautiful thing, because it enriched their soul. They release their pain, they overcome, and now they're here to begin to start doing what we're doing by trying to become one of our facilitators.
What your account is saying to me and all of these accounts is that the funds raised from this event will go to worthy causes. As we wrap up the conversation, for the sake of time, I'll give us a couple final thoughts. If you have anything, I see you pressing to share a couple more stuff before we wrap up.
Yes,
so go right
I
ahead.
just wanted to say thanks to everyone that has bought tickets.
Can I see?
We provided for 300 tickets for the gala, and we're counting down. I believe we're at 275.
Wow.
So we have that little amount of tickets left for the gala. I'd like to thank everyone that has bought a ticket, that is going to buy a ticket, that is going to be there tomorrow night at the Best Western Biltmore Plus Plaza at 6 p.m. $75 for a ticket. It concludes at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And we just want everyone to come and have a good night and enjoy themselves in an environment of healing and hope, and opening up their hearts to receive the healing and hope that we so much need in our communities across Belize.
I have to ask just finally, are we monitoring the weather any at all? And perhaps will there be an update later on in the day or tomorrow, just in case anything changes?
We are hoping that it just rains a little.
Yeah,
And we
okay.
still have a great party tomorrow night.
Excellent. All right. Well,
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us. It's always a pleasure having you guys here talking about the various projects, and we wish you guys all the best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much for
you.
having us.
All right, we are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be talking about books and sipping with books. So stay with us. We'll be right back.